Tomorrow evening, Tuchel has an amazing opportunity to help us get past the round of 16 for the first time in 6 years. Yes, it really has been that long, with the last time being back in the 14-15 season where heroics from Demba Ba helped us beat Paris Saint-Germain right near the end to qualify through the next rounds. Now things do get quite ironic considering that our opponents tomorrow night were the same opponents back in the 14-15 season that destroyed our hopes of getting into another UCL final. Is destiny gonna repeat itself as we're playing the second leg of the game at home against Atletico Madrid? Now let's look at their recent form back in La Liga, and in the past 6 games, Atleti have picked up 2 wins, 2 draws and 2 defeats, with their most recent game being a scoreless draw against Getafe. Simeone has done things a bit differently, reverting back to a midfield 3. However, Atleti's form has become a bit indifferent at this point in time, and even though they still lead the La Liga table by 4 points, it does seem like their form is starting to dip a bit now. The question is this the perfect time to be playing against Atleti? Well, can any time really be perfect against them, considering that in this past decade, Atleti have made their names in European football? Let's not forget their heroics last season against Liverpool, coming back when they had no rights in hell to get back in that game, to win 3-2 and progress to the next round. Atleti are the kings at being underdogs, and in tomorrow's game, we must be assertive, we must be confident, and at the same time, we must have great concentration because Atleti are a team that can punish you if you are not on point. If there is really an opportunity to progress, then Tuchel is our guy. And in today's match preview, I'm going to break down Tuchel and Rudiger's press conference. I'm going to give you guys my predicted lineups for the game tomorrow, and I'm going to end things by giving my match prediction. I hope you guys enjoy. Smash that like button. I want to get over 2,000 likes for today's video. And before I continue on, I want to give a massive shout out to the Tops Kick app for sponsoring Blue Lions CV. Now I'm sure the name Tops Kick is a name that many of you guys are familiar with. They are the makers of match attacks, and I'm sure you guys are just like me when I was a kid back in the day, used to be completely obsessed with match attacks. And now you can collect, trade, open packs from the comfort of your very own phone. Now I'm going to show you guys my 3 main favorite features from the app, starting with the missions tab. And when you complete the objectives, you have the opportunity to get free prizes, so of course you guys got to stay tuned with that. Hit the arcade tab, which gives you a chance to spin the wheel and win a prize every single time. And of course you guys, when you're collecting your beauties, your galazzos, you want a place you can go to where you can show off and see your prize assets and your collections. As you guys can see, here's my profile, Blue Line CV. Make sure you give me a follow. Now before I go you guys, I want to show you exactly what I've packed in my free pack. Deo Upamecano, okay? Keita Endo, Gulaski, okay, Kagaluri, I think, and David Alaba, alright. And if you guys want to try this out for yourselves, go to the description below and download the Tops Kick app. Not only is this exciting for you guys, but at the same time, this is an opportunity to help support the channel too. And now you guys, we move on to the press conference review where both Thomas Tuchel and Antonio Rudiger gave their pre-match thoughts before the game, starting off with Thomas Tuchel, and immediately he confirmed that both Tammy Abraham and Thiago Silva won't be taking any part in the game tomorrow. Tuchel was then asked about what he expected from his opponents in tomorrow's game, with Tuchel suggesting that he sees the second leg game going exactly the same as the first leg. Yes, Atletico Madrid do have some players back in Lamar, Jimenez, etc, etc. However, the fundamentals, the framework should still be the same. Tuchel was then asked whether he was surprised by Atletico Madrid's approach in the first leg, with him suggesting that he wasn't at all and that every team has their DNA in them. Atletico Madrid, of course, can't be disrespected because they can also attack and they can also play possession football. Tuchel was then asked about our lack of scoring, with Tuchel suggesting that he can probably hold his hands up and take the L for this one because he constantly has to change your lineup every single time, which makes it hard to build that attacking consistency when different attacking players are playing together. Tuchel then went on to stress that when you play for a big club like this that has strong competition in depth, it's very hard for players to get that consistent game time when the competition behind them is playing to a high level and deserves game time too. And to end with things, Tuchel stated that tomorrow he wants to see intensity. He wants to see intensity from the front. He wants to win the game. Every team that gets into the round of 16 has an ambition to win the tournament, were no different. And now you guys, let's move on to what Rudiger had to say about the game. Now for some reason, Rudiger was constantly asked about that bust up with Suarez, with, for me, Rudiger eloquently saying that he holds no grudges. Both him and Suarez are essentially defending their badges, it's normal. Revenge doesn't spur him on. And then to follow up from this question, he was asked about the threat from both Suarez and Joao Felix, with Rudiger showing respect for both players, suggesting that he has to be on point and the rest of the team has to be very wary in the game tomorrow. And to end with things, talks then turned towards Timo Werner, Rudiger's international teammate, with Rudiger saying that he has been in big support of Werner this season. Yes, Werner admits that maybe things haven't quite gone to plan how he's expecting. However, Rudiger said that the team are behind him, the team are supporting him. And there you have it, you guys. It wasn't the craziest press conference. However, we now move on to the predicted lineup part. And now, let's kick things off with the predicted lineup. The reality is right now, there won't be any Mason Mount or Jorginho participating in the game versus Atleti after they picked up yellow cards that ruled them out of the game. Now, as Tuchel mentioned previously, Kovacic will be starting in the game. I mean, it's quite obvious, and that's the main reason why he did not start in our recent game versus Leeds United. The question now is though, who will lead the attack? Because for me, getting the attack right is going to be key to get that result against Atleti. And without wasting any more time, let's kick things off by starting with the first lineup. Now, as you guys can see, I've gone for Olivier Giroud up front, alongside him Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. In midfield, Kante, Kovacic, with wing-backs being Hudson-Odoi and Alonso, and in defence, I've gone for Rudiger, Christensen, Azpilicueta, and Mendy in goal. Now, my reasoning behind this lineup is that, okay, let's have respect and be grateful for the match winner that Giroud got against them in the first leg. Yes, he was quite quiet in that game. However, Tuchel may be thinking it's about who performs and makes those decisive moments happen. And I guess compared to many of our other attacking players at this point in time, Giroud could be the perfect option in case any opportunities fall his way. Now, alongside him, I've gone for Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. I feel like I like to see these guys play a bit more together. We've been seeing Kai getting more consistent game time in the team, and you know, it's quite clear that Tuchel has big plans to make him a major part of this team. With Mount not being there, it seems like this could be a strong possibility that we'll see him and Werner playing together. And of course, as wing backs, you know, if we need to get that result, again, I've gone for Marcos Alonso. Now, in a back three system, his pace isn't really exposed as much, and I guess his inclusion in a lineup like this would be in hopes of getting a goal in the game versus Atleti. His aerial prowess as well could be very handy from set pieces, and I get the impression that Alonso could be a major part of that game tomorrow night. And to end with the team, you guys, I've gone for a consistent back three, possibly Thiago Silva, who knows, but I feel like due to consistency, Rudiger, Aspi, Christensen, the same back three as the first leg could be what we need to hopefully, you know, push through and qualify finally into the next round in the quarterfinals. And for the second lineup, I've gone for Kai Havertz as a false nine, continuing his role, alongside him Timo Werner and Hudson-Odoi. In midfield, Kante, wing-backs Reece James and Marcos Alonso, with Rudy, Aspi, Christensen, Mendy. You guys know the usual stuff, and again, my reasoning for this second lineup is that we've seen Kai play the past two games as a false nine. I think me and a lot of us feel like some attacking consistency is really needed at this point in time, and you know, I'd like to see Havertz continue in that role. And I do think against an Atletico Madrid team that could find it quite difficult, you know, not having someone to mark in natural positions, and you know, with Atleti playing through the middle, having Kai drop really deep to help support the midfield to become an extra man could be really key and needed to help us win that game. Now, of course, alongside I've gone for Hudson-Odoi, who, for me, could be set to start versus Atleti, considering he never played versus Leeds, and alongside him, Timo Werner. Now, as I stressed with a false nine, you want to have two pacey guys alongside them to make those diagonal runs in behind, and of course, to exploit the space created by the false nine. And of course, due to the magnitude of the game, Reece James out right wing back, considering that defensively very good, his ability to produce some dead ball situations, his strength, aerial prowess. I feel like him and Alonso could be that physicality we do need, and you know, on top of that with Reece, he is very comfortable tucking in midfield and just does not give away possession playing out wide. So again, I could discuss the back three and goalkeeper, but I don't think I really have to do that. There you have it, you guys. They are my two predicted lineups for the game tomorrow. In the comments below, if you don't agree with my lineups, say what yours are. give your reasons as well. And to move on to the final part, I'm going to give my match prediction for the game tomorrow. And I feel like considering both teams right now, both teams' form, I don't see too many goals being a major part in the game. Both teams have been struggling in that sense. However, Atleti will have to push up a bit more. They are going to have to attack us a bit more as well. And I think due to that, there could be space in behind to exploit. So in my head, I'm going for a 2-2 draw. I feel like that's a respectable amount of goals considering the magnitude of this game tomorrow. As you guys can see, 2-2 is my score. What is your match prediction? Let us know below. And on that note, I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for some more videos.